Well, new reports claim that Vice President Kamala Harris is in talks to appear on Joe Rogan's wildly popular podcast. Some believe the appearance would be a way for Harris to shore up her lagging support with male voters. All that comes as former President Trump is teasing his own appearance on Rogan's show. But let's harken back to a certain CNN analyst that said at the time, if you listen to Joe Rogan, you need therapy. Watch.
And not all men are in crisis, of course, and not all men are just at home listening to Joe Rogan, being angry or being recruited to fascism. Some just need therapy, like we all do. I go to therapy, that's great. But I think we need to have a real conversation about that rather than allowing this kind of drift toward this faux masculinity that we see Donald Trump evincing.
Faux masculinity, Kaylee, you couple that, remember, with the new pro-Harris ad where a series of men say, you know, this is how I can support Kamala Harris, but hey, intriguing if she actually goes on.
That is ridiculous. Joe Rogan has one of the most popular podcasts, if not the most popular podcast in the world, not the country, the world. People love this man because he is a straight shooter. I was just listening to part of his podcast this morning. You don't know where he's going to come out, pro-Trump, anti-Trump, pro-Kamala, and he just speaks the truth and says what a lot of people are thinking. It is brilliant for Trump to go on there. Kamala, I would say it's brilliant, but he has hard, tough, smart questions. He will do that at both candidates. So great for Trump. He can handle it. I don't know about Kamala.
May I posit, Molly, the way that the reason he's so wildly popular is because of who he has on, that he doesn't have a preconceived notion. He hosts them without preconceived notions, without a script, which is so wildly different from the Democratic machine that says if you don't think step, lockstep, act step, we will excommunicate you. That's why they hate him, because he inspires people to think for themselves. I don't know how well she would do in that platform.
Yeah,
frankly.
the easy listening, the casual conversation, something you can drive and listen to in the car. The trick about this is great opportunity for her because now there's that outreach towards men that's going on across the board. This is a niche that she's trying to break into and trying to pull those voters, so it's a great idea. The question is, does the viral moment happen? Most likely, he's great at creating viral moments, Joe Rogan. And what would hers be after that interview? That's the big risk, I suppose.
I predict it's word salad, David.
Yeah.
Viral word salad.
Okay, so what's the over-under on Joe Rogan and Trump versus Harris? Because Joe Rogan will go for 3 hours. Can you imagine Kamala Harris going for 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 45 minutes with a guy who literally doesn't care? He'll ask you anything in a moment's notice. Contrast that with Trump, who can go for 3 hours and keep you engaged at a rally.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. This is Kamala Harris trying to pretend that the new formerly toxic masculinity that were white males is now acceptable in Joe Rogan over the new masculine Tim Walz who can't load a shotgun. I'm a little confused here. Can somebody in the audience help me? Because I'm
But a camo hat, don't worry, that says it all.
Absolutely.
But Molly, the other thing is Joe Rogan is prepared. And I don't see him letting her get away with evading an answer, not pinning down to an answer. He would, for 3 hours, say, but you said this, but you said this. But what is your policy? Feet to the fire.
So first off, I would just say they leaked that she might do this. And it reminds me of when they said Beyonce was going to show up at the DNC just to gin up ratings, but it didn't actually happen. So I'll be curious if it actually happens. But to this point, like 3 hours of questioning, unless she is in a completely protected environment with people who've actually endorsed her, she doesn't actually do even remotely well in her interviews. And being able to sustain answers over a long period of time, this might be a tremendous challenge for her. Unlike what we've seen in the Donald Trump interviews recently, he's done a ton of podcasts, and I would encourage people to watch them, in part because he's so different than how he seems when he's on with hostile media. He asks the hosts questions. They're laughing. They're just telling stories. It's a really comfortable environment for him. And I do not get the sense that unless she's talking about her love of ending lives in the womb, she just doesn't feel comfortable about any topic.
It's such a great point that he thrives in an unstructured environment, whereas she sort of decompensates in one without her script, without her talking point. And reminder, she just did a couple podcasts. She failed miserably, and the blowback was frankly pretty significant. Contrast that with after President Trump did his podcast, the blowback was positive, right? It increased polls. It increased sort of, I think, a forgiving approach toward him in contrast to the narrative the left-wing media has portrayed, which is that he's a beast.
And another point really quickly on that too, CBS 60 Minutes, they're in so much trouble because of how they deceptively edited the interview with Kamala Harris. They also removed 5 minutes of Speaker Johnson's testimony firsthand of what's going on in North Carolina. And Joe Rogan has 200 million downloads a month. This is major media in a way that CBS and 60 Minutes are increasingly not.
You're right. And until in the interim, we have her sitting down with Brett Baier, which is confirmed. That's tomorrow, guys.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.